Picture yourself standing outside a high-stakes meeting room. Your heart is hammering against your ribs. Your palms are slick with sweat, and imposter syndrome is whispering that you're about to be exposed. Confidence is frequently mistaken for a lucky genetic gift or simple arrogance. The capacity for self-assurance actually functions as a skill, developed through the same deliberate practice as any professional craft. Thinking of confidence as a fleeting emotion makes you a passenger to your moods. When you view it as a learnable skill, you become the operator. This shift in perspective moves the locus of power back to you. Professional paralysis stops being an incurable personality trait and starts being a technical problem you can solve. This data shows the scale of the issue. 80% of people struggle with self-esteem, while 70% of employees experience daily self-doubt. This pressure intensifies at the top, where 75% of executive women actively battle imposter syndrome. This hidden crisis has very tangible consequences. It manifests as missed opportunities, bouts of decision-making paralysis, and stifled workplace innovation, driven by the fear of exposure. Because these are systemic behavioral patterns, they can't be fixed with generic motivational quotes. We need a structural, psychological framework to rebuild that self-belief from the ground up. The foundation of that framework is the integrity mechanism. It defines true confidence as something very specific: your reputation with yourself. This mechanism operates on a binary logic. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you build internal self-respect. Every time you break one, that trust erodes. This flowchart maps the life cycle of internal trust. It begins with intention, moves to action, and encounters feedback. This generates competence, yielding confidence. Starting with a manageable promise initiates action. Reaching competence is simply repeating that cycle until momentum becomes self-sustaining. External bravado is easily shattered by a setback, but genuine confidence is unshakable because it's built on a verified internal record of self-trust. Reclaiming that trust begins with practicing conscious self-respect. This involves auditing your internal dialogue and stripping unearned apologies from your professional vocabulary. This mental discipline has ancient Stoic roots, echoing a time when mastering one's own internal narrative was considered the highest form of education. This discipline leads to the dichotomy of control. To keep your integrity mechanism intact, your self-promises must be based entirely on internal actions, never on external outcomes. You cannot, for instance, promise that you will land a specific promotion. You can, however, promise to prepare your presentation with absolute thoroughness. Separating your efforts from outcomes you can't control removes the anxiety of failure. It ensures that you can honor your commitments to yourself, even when the external world is in chaos. Maintaining momentum requires reframing failure. Instead of viewing a mistake as a deficit of worth, treat it as a critical data point for your next attempt. Next, you must clarify and assert what you actually want. This requires defining your own values rather than passively adopting the expectations of a manager or your peers. Broadening your comfort zone requires a deliberate daily step into the unknown, one small choice that induces enough discomfort to stretch your existing boundaries. Resilience and courage aren't traits you're born with. They are the byproducts of consistently honoring these small internal commitments. Compare the feeling of boardroom panic with this new state of mental clarity. Your inner critic hasn't just gone quiet, it's been replaced by a verified record of your own capabilities. There is no need to fake it till you make it when your confidence is grounded in reality. Real self-belief doesn't require a performance. Navigating the systemic hurdles of self-doubt begins by waking up tomorrow and keeping one small promise to yourself. Over time, that verified record of internal trust becomes a reliable foundation for professional growth. Building this skill takes time, but it is entirely within your reach. You've got this. For more actionable frameworks on personal and professional growth, subscribe to Rise Standard. If you've found a specific way to overcome professional self-doubt, share it in the comments. Your story could be the catalyst for someone else's breakthrough.